Hello everyone, and welcome to the May 2026 Sky Report. My name is Vanessa, and I'm joined by Patrick.
Hello, stargazers.
Let's see what's happening in the skies this month.
First up, the Eta Aquariid meteor shower reaches its peak from the night of May 5th to the morning of May 6th. Known for its swift, bright meteors, it's best observed in the pre-dawn hours, where its radiant in the constellation Aquarius climbs higher into the sky. Under dark sky conditions, viewers can see up to 50 meteors per hour, many of which leave glowing trails that linger briefly, making it one of the most striking meteor showers of the spring season. Unfortunately, a 73% waning gibbous moon is up during peak hours, reducing the number of meteors that can be observed.
Next up this month, early in the morning of May 13th, the moon will be nearby the planet Saturn. The 15% waning crescent moon will sit above the planet on the eastern horizon just before sunrise. This is not a very close alignment, but it will still be a beautiful sight. Catch a view of the planet before it disappears in the glare of the rising sun. On May 19th, the two bright planets Jupiter and Venus will sit close together above the western horizon with the waxing crescent moon in between them. These are the brightest objects in the evening sky, so this grouping will be visually striking.
At around 10 p.m. on May 15, the eastern sky is a mix of late spring constellations rising into view. Virgo stands out high in the southeast, marked by its bright bluish star, Spica. Higher up, Boötes is easily recognized by its brilliant orange star, Arcturus. Below it, the small arc of Corona Borealis forms a delicate crown shape. The faint constellation Hercules sits just above Lyra and its bright star Vega. Low to the southeast, the reddish star Antares in the constellation of Scorpius begins to rise. Altogether, these signal the gradual transition towards the brighter constellations of summer.
To the west, we are finally saying goodbye to the bright constellations Gemini and Auriga, and their bright stars Castor, Pollux, and Capella. Leo and its bright star Regulus remain in the western half of the sky in the early evening. Let's take a look at the planets this month. We saw already that on the 13th, the planet Saturn and the moon will be low on the eastern horizon before sunrise. By the end of the month, Saturn climbs a little higher in the sky. It has not moved much compared to the constellation Pisces, but it continues to rise earlier and earlier.
Mars continues to emerge from the morning twilight. On the 14th, Mars is 4.5 degrees above the eastern horizon and below the 27-day-old waning crescent moon.
Throughout the month, the planet Venus will move through two constellations and climb higher in our evening sky. It starts off low in the western sky at 9 p.m. in the constellation of Taurus. On May 1st, the planet sets around 9:54 p.m. By mid-month, the planet has moved in between Gemini and Taurus and climbed upward about 3.5 degrees in altitude on our horizon and sets around 10:19 p.m. By the end of the month, the planet sits about 7.5 degrees in altitude higher on our western horizon than where it started at the beginning of the month. It also travels well into the constellation of Gemini, approaching the planet Jupiter. Venus is extremely bright, so you really cannot miss this on our western horizon. You'll have plenty of time to look for the planet on the 31st because it sets at about 10:38 p.m.
Jupiter continues its eastward journey away from Gemini. It is best seen in the western sky after sunset, setting around midnight mid-month, and by 11 p.m. near the end of the month. Not only are the planets visible from Earth, but they can be seen from space. This image was captured by the Artemis II astronauts last month as the moon eclipsed the sun. The exposure was long enough to reveal the light of Saturn, Mars, and Mercury against the faint stars of Pisces the Fishes. Aries the Ram, marked by its bright star Hammel, appears in the upper left.
The brilliant planet Venus is visible between the service module and its solar panel. The faint glow around the eclipsed moon is a combination of light from the sun's corona, which is its outer atmosphere, and zodiacal light. Zodiacal light is caused by sunlight scattering off of tiny particles of dust that are spread throughout the solar system. Here is your lunar calendar for the month. The first full moon is on May 1st. The last quarter is on May 9th. The new moon is on the 16th. The first quarter is on the 23rd. And the second full moon is on the 31st. Thank you so much for joining us for May, and we'll see you again next month. Bye!
Bye.